Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and I am truly excited. Once again, what is today going to bring? And so for all of you who have already popped through and shared some hellos, blessings to all of you for joining this adventure. I don't know what some of these comments are about, but hey, today anything can happen. That's what I'm reminding myself again today. Anything can happen. So blessings to us all, and thank you for joining this Talcottian adventure. I do plan on opening the link up, and we'll see opening the stream up for conversations, and we'll see what the universe brings forth today. This life is exciting. So just some inspiration, some encouragement, regardless where the source of information comes from. Celebrate the wisdom that it offers. And here, truly, rejoice in hope. Be patient in suffering. Persevere in prayer. May the Lord listen to your prayers and bless you abundantly. All of these words are open to interpretations, and all of the definitions and interpretations, each of us get to decide our own relevance to everything. But what I found feels pretty good for me. With intention, I have sought to grow in my trust and my faith. And I tell you what, it just makes sense too. Trust and faith in God can make the insurmountable darkness become small and temporary. And that's where we can be patient in our suffering, persevere in our prayer, knowing that our trust and faith can be rewarded. So may today flow through us all with the divine faith, peace, love of Jesus Christ. May we all transcend and rise above the world and its limitations, the world and its battles for control. See, that's kind of the topic I want to get into today regarding cooperation, communication. The thumbnail regarding trust and prayer, right? Having hope, having trust and a relationship with God means that we are seeking cooperation. We're seeking through prayer communication to the Father of answers, the giver of knowledge. That's who God truly is. And God comes in many forms, many ways. It reveals its purpose for us, each of us, our purpose and the path of our life. It's revealed uniquely to each of us, so brilliantly, so perfectly. God's trueness is the real. God's trueness is the real. What is your relationship with the real? What's real in your life? Are the problems real? Are the pains real? Are the limitations and the excuses, are those real? Is the evil real? Are the authorities real? Are the wealthy people real? Are you real? What is real? God is the truth. That is real. The way to know the truth, it's through humility. It's through love. It's through a love of wisdom, a love of peace, a love of love brings the desires, brings the answers. That's what we're made from and made for. A couple of ideas I borrowed from others today. I didn't write this one down, but something about what we are, mankind. We are the ideas, we are ideas that God dreamed of. We are ideas. We are ideas who are becoming realized, who are becoming greater than, who are becoming aware. We are ideas who are becoming aware of the giver of ideas, the creator of ideas, the creator of life and all things. We are ideas here to grow in what we are. But the worldly ways, the darkness and the governments, the budgets, all of these authorities and rulers, everyone's telling everyone what to do. It's this nonsense fight for control. It's an illusion. There is no fight. There is no control. There is the dance of life that we are all a part of. This dance of life, sometimes it gets a little exciting and fast paced, and sometimes it slows down a little bit. But the dance of life, we control our movements, nothing more. We control what we allow to move us. We control what we move. We don't control the world. But if you're constantly fighting for control, that fight takes your control away. Peace. Peace is the way to flow, to dance with the life. You become present, and your dance partner is yourself. You're dancing with you through the orchestra and the rhythms of time. So we are ideas that God dreamed of. And everything we experience, whether it's awake or sleep, it's through our mind, the activity in the brain that we can register. It's like the instrument that tunes us into life, into the dreamer. The mind that contradicts itself. Okay, so if we're an idea, we're an activity of a thought, we're the essence of a thought, the essence of activity. We are the mind that is. So there's a mind, a body of our mind. There's a physical mind, but then the body has an intelligence and activity of knowledge within itself. The mind that contradicts itself neither knows itself nor what it is saying. So that reminds me of this. Sometimes silence is the best answer. I've been working on that with myself to help myself grow in emotional intelligence and actual just becoming a better person. I've been learning more the value of silence, the power of silence, the gift of listening. And much of what people say, if you pay attention, much of what people say, they're saying for themselves, to themselves. You see, it's the way we work. Our God in the human design, the design of the human body, the design of our form, how we are, everything comes together, the mind, emotions, the physical parts. There's logic. I mean, everything makes sense. There's a reason and a purpose. But if you follow the logic of how things work, you can understand the systems that you are. And if you realize you're a system, you're not a definition, you're a process. You're a power, you're a potential. If you change the definitions of how you see yourself, well, the way you see everything else transforms magically. It's like you start to see things differently. You start to see things you didn't notice before by practicing silence, self-control, humbling yourself, right? Intentionally becoming present, becoming grounded, becoming objective, not attached to an outcome, not attached to being right or wrong, just objective and united with the experience, with the life, with the facts. I sincerely want to thank all of you for joining. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. And if you tuned in on whatever platform, wherever you're at, should be welcome to join. Today, the oops, drop in Facebook, I guess. Huh. Well, that's bizarre. Sorry for the delay. I went back and reviewed. I haven't seen some of the names I was curious about yet today. Some of the conversations that happen here, it's really, really fascinating to observe. And this is what how I found myself. I'm living this life. Here, we'll talk about Jack for a minute because this is part of documenting my experience and never really knowing what may arise. We got a guest here. I'll explore the dark night. Are you there?
Holy cows, man. I'm I'm here, Jack. Hello.
Yes, you are. It's fascinating. Truly fascinating. But welcome back. Welcome back. I'm going to flow, just as I've been saying is the way to do it.
Let, let's go with the flow.
And let's be real.
I am being real. That part of my personality is to play characters and have fun and be silly and not take life too seriously.
Which is a good quality to have. It
It
is.
is. It is. I
The,
agree.
the practice, though, is learning the timing because there's a time for all things. It's just a matter of what is healthy and what is not healthy for the experience. So I'm not going to dwell in the past. I've expressed and I've been very clear about my disappointment and what I viewed as very unhealthy from you in the past. But
Jack, you bring it up every time. You don't with other
yep,
guests.
you've never changed. So
Well,
here we've got another guest that's
oh. Oh,
that I remember, but I don't remember. So welcome.
Hey,
Is it
Jack, how's it going?
feeling good? How are you today?
I'm okay, man. But the thing is, I just wanted to tell you I can't talk because I'm at the dentist.
what? What did he use for the prop for the dentist drill? That's interesting.
This is fascinating.
It is.
Well, hey, back to, I mean, genuinely, with this topic of playing characters and having fun, I've been learning how to do that more, how to just let go and have fun with what life is doing. But within myself, I don't feel like having fun when I know that there's things that can be done. So I am here online to share some inspiration, to do all the things I say I want to do, and to have fun. But there would be nothing more fun for me. Well, actually, one of the things I love doing is making a difference. So I don't mind doing hard work. I have fun doing things, especially when I know we're resulting in greater objectives. I'm trying to figure out my life in all seriousness, not in a ridiculous context, but each of us, we're limited. We're limited on our ideas. And then from the ideas, we're limited in either resources or ability and what we're able to accomplish. I'm running out of ideas. I pursue every new idea I can think of, everything I can think of, but
But Jack, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Have you ever heard that saying?
of course, and I don't understand the relevance.
It's perfectly fitting. You will get angry and more dull if you don't play once in a while. You have to be playful.
Right. I don't dispute that there's a logic and a connection to that, but I'm suggesting it's irrelevant to what I'm dealing with and what you just heard me say.
See, this is actually good because you do this often. I've noticed this pattern, not just with me, but you do this with many, many people. You dismiss things and call them irrelevant if you don't understand immediately what they're getting at, even if they're
Stephen,
trying to help you.
Stephen, you might believe that,
I
but
do.
here's the point. What you just brought up in relation to what I'm saying, your egoic distraction, it's a pattern of your behavior. You're not actually here with care. You're here for your own
No, you're
reasons.
assuming. You're assuming. I
Stephen,
think it's
this is
false.
what I don't want to hear disagreements. If you want to show me how I'm wrong, please show me by showing some care and attention to what I'm saying.
I'm here with
Because
care to lighten you up.
no, I'm not looking to be lightened up. I do that just fine on my own. So
You seem
what I
angry
was
again.
well, I'm not. I'm just disappointed that I'm having these same conversations again and again. So here, we've got one of your friends here in the
Mine.
back.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we'll bring this up just for a moment, see what energy
Hmm.
Snafu is bringing. What have you got, Snafu? You're here on the stream, Snafu. Are you present?
Hey, Snafu.
All right. Um, hey, please don't misunderstand me. I absolutely encourage, I mean, I want everyone to live a life with more joy, more happiness, true joy, true fulfillment. Those things happen when we know we're doing good, when we know we're accomplishing things, when we're making improvements. Those are the things that really feel
Jack,
good.
joy happens for people in different ways. You can't control how it happens for them. You just got to let it flow.
Is that, did you hear me saying trying to control?
You said joy
Oh,
happens when blah, blah, blah. And what I'm
right.
saying is joy happens for people in different ways.
So what?
So that matters. You're trying to control how they have
I'm
joy.
not trying to control. You're trying to resist.
Really? I'm
Yes.
just being
It's,
myself.
huh?
I'm just being myself.
I know, Stephen.
I'm a
And
free spirit.
I would love to appreciate you. I really want to because I'm sure, well, I'm not, I've seen it. I've seen reasons to appreciate you and to enjoy you. However, you just seem to use me and others for your own selfish entertainment, and you're missing out. You're missing out on what is here.
I'm taking it all in. I'm taking it all in.
I know. And I don't mean to, you know what? Hey, Stephen, you've actually deserved it, but I feel like I'm not being rude. I feel like I'm being pretty honest and caring because the topic I was trying to get to, seriously, I'm trying to find someone who will spend time with me to understand what I am experiencing, not what others say I'm experiencing, not what others think, but to understand what I'm doing, where I'm at, and the options I'm looking at in relationship to where I am and where I want to be. I'm looking for another perspective on my goals, something I'm really trying to help others with too, but no one seems to give a shit about goals. They got everything figured out already. Today, I mentioned earlier that I'm pursuing every idea that I can think of. And to refresh my goals, you know, part of my story, regardless of pointing fingers or blame, my life crumbled. I lost connection with my family, my friends. I was wrongfully terminated. I claim to have been subjected to uh, a lot of injustice. So I'm not trying to harm anyone, but I am trying to put the pieces of my life back together again. And earlier today, I mentioned in this stream, I am pursuing every idea I can think of in order to get more attention, more support, and to share more attention, more support, to exchange value. Trying to do everything I can think of. And here again today, after the summer break, the union that I was president of, the local chapter, they had their meeting again today. So they break for July and August. They haven't had a meeting since June. I've been trying to speak to any of those officials since 2018. So what do I do? Any ideas, Stephen?
Well, if I were in your shoes, I would move forward. I would move on from the post office union. I know you were wrongfully dismissed, but I would move on.
Is that what you would do?
Yes, that is what I would
Why?
do.
What's the logic behind that? I mean, considering what you're walking away from,
Hmm.
and what direction are you considering?
Well, the logic would be my own happiness, mental health, that sort of thing, rather than being stuck on the past and kind of angry, bitter, stuck in depression. Or I would move forward. That's what I would do.
Do you think that was helpful?
Well, it's the advice I would give a best friend. So yes, I do think it's helpful. If you were my very best friend in the world and they asked me, what should
No,
I do?
right,
That's
right.
what I would do.
Well, Stephen, but this is the thing. What if it was you? That's the key.
That's what I would do.
Okay, well, you offered no clarity, and you didn't really consider. Well, you offered it would be for your inner peace. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but every day I'm on here talking about God and love, about forgiveness,
You're
about
talking about it, yes, but you're not
okay,
living it.
so
You're not living it. You're not being it.
no, no, that's untrue. I am most certainly
You're very
living.
angry, Jack. You have a lot of anger.
Stephen, that is a false representation.
Everyone can see it, not just me.
Are you present?
I'm right here. I'm
Okay,
watching, paying attention.
so you're making claims and you're trying to provoke. You're
No,
not
I'm not. I'm
considering.
trying to help, not
So
provoke.
you think the only way that Jack can be described is as angry.
Not the only way, but that's for the most part what you display every show, every day that I've seen.
That's all that you find.
No, I didn't say all. I said it's something you display every
So what?
show.
Right, Stephen. Let's not argue. What I'm trying to get you to consider is that maybe you're missing out. You're not actually you don't actually understand what you claim you understand. Because if you can only find the flaws,
No, I think you're gaslighting me. I do understand because I observe.
you're in denial, Stephen. And I'm going to entertain one more for a little bit. Snafu?
Yeah, I just got off the phone with your pal Chemo. He's going to become part of the crew doing survival, hunting, all kinds of different stuff to the new segments we're adding to the crew. But we're also going to dedicate Jack Talcott time. And I talked to him about talking to you. That's something we're still like. I think we'll probably let you have a little chit chat with Chemo, but he's actually going to start doing segments for the crew guys on bush survival, skill type shit, hunting, dressing, field out there, the whole work. So, yeah, connections, Jack.
Congratulations. I hope folks enjoy it. So, um, regarding what was experienced and what you saw here regarding Stephen, Provo, Daisy May, that which is, feel free to hit the link. Okay? Because what we're dealing with in this world is a bunch of egoic delusions. People don't know what is real because they don't care. All they're focused on is what they think. And the world doesn't give a shit what you think. I really don't care what anyone thinks. What I care about is what they do and if what they say is true, because I'm always looking for the truth. The truth is eternal presence. It's being present. That's the only time you can know anything. And what I know is walking away from the people who, as I said, I mean, it's easy to say walk away from an injustice, but the only thing I'm asking for is conversations. That's literally the only thing I have asked any help with, is having conversations. And instead of people cooperating with me to understand what I'm saying and maybe improve their own ability to communicate, people don't know how to cooperate. Snafu, you're really irritating me. You're like a little child. What are you doing?
Well, Steven was right. Your anger is kind of showing right now. And you don't have to backstage me. I'll leave, but I'm just saying.
Snafu and Stephen, look at your part in my experience. You bring me no joy. You bring your ignorance, your manipulation. Stephen, you are such a gaslighter and a manipulator, and you want to sit here and play these fucking games with me. You do not know what you're doing. And then, frankly, I'm done trying to explain it. You know, when you want to know, you'll open your eyes and you'll realize, oh shit, maybe Stephen was wrong about Jack. Miss Davy.
Hi, Jack. I have a suggestion.
Well, I don't care. Why should I care?
Well, you don't have to care, but if you
Right.
want.
So you don't care about me, so why should I care about any suggestion?
My suggestion, I believe, and I believe a lot of people in the chat will agree as well, is one for your well-being today.
Is what?
I have a suggestion to make for you today that I think that would be in your best interest.
Please share.
I think you came in today upset or a little off, and you seem unhappy, and maybe it's just time to shut it down for today and come back tomorrow.
I know you want me gone. I know you don't like me doing what I'm doing. So your false care, you might fool the fools, Margot. And there are many fools who've been fooled. Daisy, you are a fool who's been fooled. And you know, I'm going to go ahead. Goodbye, Daisy. And Margot, you're going to be gone from the chat too. And, you know, when Chuck returns, he's going to be gone if he's not still gone. So, your confusion, Daisy May, I've seen you in the chat. You're here chatting. You're not paying attention. You're not listening. And I bet money you don't go back and listen to what you missed either. I bet money you don't. Because that's what the prideful egos do, like Snafu, like Miss Davy. They don't go back and reflect. What if I was wrong? What did I miss? I mean, the life we're living, brothers and sisters, I'm going to change it back to me. I realized I'm not even that far in. Margot's suggesting shutting it down. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Because I started with very faith filled messages, very faith filled feelings, and filled with joy. Hey, perhaps you're just tuning in. For the last while now, I've been tolerating the types of Snafu and Miss Davy and Stephen wanting to just ignore me here on my panel. So, hey, Rusty, I used to think Daisy was on my side too, but she's not. She's clearly not. She's just like Chuck. Shows up to criticize and disagree more so than support. So, and cooperation and communication, I'm pretty sure that's all that God is asking for us. If you want to understand the truth, communicate with the truth. You want to understand God, communicate with God. You want to understand a person, communicate with them. But each of us have to allow, and we choose what we allow. The world has a lot of people convinced that they choose what other people can and can't do, and they choose what other people should and shouldn't do. It's backwards. It's nonsense. It's egoic. It's devilish. It's foolish. All of these people that have, you know what? Here's where I know. I had before the stream today, I had a couple of witnesses, representatives of one of the local Jehovah's Witness churches, return to my doorbell again, wanting me to join them for their way, just like I get people joining my panel wanting me to be more like them, think that I'm wrong, think that I'm all these horrible things. Margot, I'm talking about you. The fact that you behave the way that you do, it really blows my mind.
Why?
It's irrational, completely irrational.
In what way?
For many years now, I mean, I'll generalize and we'll say 2019, beginning of 2019. So for over 5.5 years, I've been telling you that the things you've been saying about me have been wrong.
What did I say that was wrong?
Oh, there's a long list. But
Well,
see,
if you're
this
going
is
to say I said something
well,
wrong, then
Margot, here, look at your behavior right now, because every time I try to communicate with you regarding your behavior, you get very defensive, and then you're back to your little egoic games. And the thing is, Margot, I don't have to prove anything anymore. See, the truth is true.
I agree.
And Margot, I don't understand your logic of wanting to punish me. I'm a stranger to you, and you've gone out of your way to punish me for damages you imagined. Do you know why you did?
Absolutely.
What did the world gain by all of your time and attention reporting me and gossiping about me and on the online messages with me. What did the world gain through all of that time and attention from you?
I don't know. I don't worry about the world. I worry about people I care about.
What did they gain?
I'm not going to speak for them, actually.
I'm asking you to explain. I'm telling you, there's a lack of logic in your behavior, and your lack of answers are proving what I'm saying.
When I give you an answer, you tell me that I'm becoming defensive.
Try and answer my question, please. What was gained? What did the world gain? And really, you didn't think about the world. You only think about the part of the world that you care about. So while I was receiving all of the attacks and all of the whatever, all the reports against me, what did the world gain?
Well, my family in Spokane was aware that there was someone that had shown violence in the past that was looking for more information about me. So they made sure that I was safer. So I guess that's a gain.
So what do you allege was shared? Well, hold on. You make the claim that the people you care about, they were warned that I was trying to get you. Is
No.
that what you're trying to? Because you claim I was trying to get information, right?
Yes.
So this is public, right? And I told you it's been since 2019 that you've been harassing me, and I've been telling you you've been wrong. So is this what you're referring to, this post where it says this content isn't available? It used to be one of your posts. I shared one of your public posts, which I obviously can't access anymore, but it was a photo of you. And I said, would someone who also cares for this woman, Margot, please contact me privately? I am requesting assistance in regards with her abusive behaviors. So is that what you're relying upon as justifications for you to talk about me around town? Is that the evidence against me?
Well, I have 2 points to make. The first one is I had friends with the United States Postal Service. I didn't seek them out because of you.
You didn't answer my question. Can we come back to what I was just discussing?
Okay. I don't know what my family and friends decided to do, how they felt when they saw this post. They didn't feel that it was in my best interest.
Okay, but Margot, you claimed that it was my reaching out to get information about you. This is the only one I did. Well, there was another one a month later. Here, the next month. Whoops. The next month in May, I'm still seeking assistance with confronting this lovely woman and her inappropriate behaviors. If you know Margot Davey and are willing to assist me, please private message me for additional information. So Margot, are those where you felt threatened?
I never said I felt threatened.
Okay, so you didn't feel threatened. Again, Margot, the simple thing I'm trying to get from you is, what did the world gain? So your answer was, after I drug it out of you, as I understood, the world in the community in Spokane who loves you, they were reassured to know that a man, according to you, with a violent past.
No, you showed your violent past, Jack.
What?
It's evidented. You have shown your violence.
Where?
I didn't do that.
Where?
The United States Postal Service, they have a no trespassing order against you.
That's not accurate. I mean, not to my knowledge. I've never been issued a no trespassing. So Margot, You don't know. So here, I'm going to pause for just a moment. And I'm going to try to assess this. Where are we at today?
Hey, I just saw the you were on Facebook and that post from 2019 about Margot. I believe I made a comment to Margot on that one, and that's when she first blocked me back back in 2019 because I asked her to leave Jack alone, and I said, "What did Jack ever do to you?" and some of those things, and I ended up getting blocked. But the reason I bring up the length of time or whatever is because she's been bothering you for this long, Jack. And I don't know how you can let it go or let her go or get her out of your life or whatever. But I don't think she's healthy for you.
No shit. So what I've been suggesting, and here, you are a part of my past experience, just like Margot is a part of my past experience. So everyone gets to choose the role that they play. So, Margot, as Moose pointed it out, you're not healthy for me and my life. So, is there anything that prevents you from changing?
Is there anything that prevents me from changing? Changing what?
Your attitude towards me?
Jack, I came on here today because you didn't seem like you were in a good place, and I didn't want you to dig a ditch any deeper than you already have.
Wow. I got to ask.
Yes.
You said earlier your friends and family told you this wasn't in your good interest.
I said that?
Yeah, you said your friends and family told you it wasn't in your best interest to
No,
in regards to
I
that.
didn't say that. My friends and family saw this man on Facebook trying to get more information about me. They were the ones that took it upon themselves to make sure I was safe.
Right. So and okay. So and again, so that and you did use the term that it wasn't in your best interest, and they were looking out for you, and they were keeping you safe, as you say now. So
Well,
the premise.
when a
So
man
the
puts
premise.
on Facebook,
So
oh,
the
I'm sorry.
premise. So the premise is that in your best interest, I have to ask again, do you think this, what you're doing now, is in your best interest? Is it safe for you to be doing this?
Now it is.
Oh, okay. So there is no fear, there is no violence because you feel safe, right? See, that's what I'm telling everybody. This is a safe space. People want to come up here and placate all this disaster and hurt and harm and fear in their real life on these platforms while they're safe in saying so. See, I've spoke on this before.
I don't understand
You
your
come up
point.
here, and make these false premises. That's
What false
bearing
premise
false.
did I make?
You're saying that Jack is a violent man, that he was
He has
trespassed.
been in the
He
past.
was
That is
he was
documented.
trespassed. Listen, he was trespassed from the Postal Service. Again, you made another false claim, and everything you do is based on somebody else's hearsay bullshit. And I've spoken
That's
about
not
you.
true.
I've
It's public
spoken on.
record.
I've
It's all
spoken to
public
you.
record.
I've
It's
spoken
public
to you.
record.
Yes, and I've looked at that public record, and he's not been trespassed from the Postal Service. I
Yes, he
guarantee
has.
you. Then bring up that record because, like I said, I've looked up Jack, and he has not been trespassed. I've seen his court cases.
Okay.
Okay, so bring up that record.
No.
Otherwise, again, you're bearing a false witness. No matter how you do it, you're
Yep.
the one that is bringing these comments and not being able to substantiate them. As you again sit here and say no. You
Hey,
brought the claim
no,
without
Carol.
substantiation. That's bearing false witness. So again, I ask you, why are you here? You're certainly not here.
Why
You're
are
certainly
any
not
of
here.
us?
You're certainly not
Here.
here for anybody's safety. And you're certainly not here in fear. You're here
Okay.
posing false witness left and right, and you will not shut up.
Either will you, wizard. Either will you.
Here. Please pause. I appreciate what you brought up, but Margot, much of what he said is correct.
No, most of what he
Here,
said is not correct.
Let me explain before you immediately assume everything is wrong. You see your patterns?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I see my patterns.
Okay. So the one making the claims is the one who bears the burden of proof. Okay? Margot, your memory and your facts are not as accurate as you believe.
Yes, they are.
There are many holes and gaps in your story.
No, there is
As a
not.
matter of fact, your story keeps changing.
What changed?
Definitely not your attitude. Hey, Denizen, welcome to you. And Ham Banana.
Greetings. Hey, Jack.
I hope you can understand what is here. Moose, when I asked you to reach out to Margot a long time ago, like you did, yeah, it was really easy for you to give up. Well, this is my life. I would have a lot better chance of repairing the damages of the past.
No, you wouldn't.
If people who were a part of it realized it. And Margot, the fact that you can't see what you have done to me compared
You're
to...
blaming me for your failure, Jack.
No, Margot, no, not at all. I'm crediting God for everything. It is by God's grace I've made it through everything I have. It's by God's grace I've learned what I have. And it will be by God's grace that Margot humbles herself.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
Well, here's the fact: God is the truth. If we can't
Absolutely.
humble ourselves to the truth, we live confused. And Margot, you've been very comfortable. You're very boastful and proud of how comfortable you
No,
are
I'm a confident woman, Jack.
in this world of enablers.
I'm a confident woman,
Oh,
and
I
you
know
can't
you.
handle it.
That's not it. I can handle far more than
Then
you
why
know.
do you have to seek people out on Facebook that know me?
Because you have been out of control.
Because I know people in the United States Postal Service, because I know your family, because I go to AA. I'm out of control.
Nope. Just as I've already explained, because you run with lies.
You have not been able.
Back down.
What lie? Give me one lie, Jack.
Can you show us the trespass order?
There you go.
Yeah, I will find that.
Is this something you have on hand that you can show us like in the next 10 minutes?
No, I cannot get it in 10 minutes.
She's never seen it. She's assumed it. She heard a story. She ran with it. She's a liar.
Jack, you were removed from the United States Postal Service when you showed up with a box.
Margot,
what was in the box?
Yeah, it's
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Guys, it is a funny story. This is the bullshit I've been dealing with. I showed up with a box of cupcakes from a local vegan bakery. They were vegan, gluten-free, and fucking delicious. And I showed up with cupcakes as a peace offering, trying to speak to the managers involved and just figure out what the hell's going on. Instead of talking to me, they called the Homeland Security manager, who called the postal inspectors, who called the airport police, who called the city police. So they had like 7-10 officers fucking show up because the manager, in her little fear case, he might have a bomb.
Damn.
I mean, those cupcakes were bomb. Am I right? Am I right?
Hey, you eat one, your head explodes.
When I say I've been put through the ringer and I've been tested, I have faced so many false accusations and there's been no justice. There's been no reconciliation of the facts because liars have been enabled, like Margot, and she involves snafu, and now they're ganging up with chemo again. It's like, holy cows, man.
Did you ever apply for a different job, or are you not interested in work anymore? Was it like after that you're done with it?
Well, consider my now public record, my employment record demonstrates a separation from a 20-year federal career. So how do I explain my separation from the Postal Service? Well, according to them, since I couldn't obtain a permission slip, since I couldn't get a note from a doctor, then they presented the case that I'm dangerous. And since I'm dangerous, I can't be cleared to return to work at the post office. So according to them, I'm disabled, but I'm not disabled.
Why?
But
But
if I
disabled how? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, they claim I'm since I failed to get a piece of paper to prove otherwise, they claim that I am unsafe and I'm a danger to myself and others. And I've maintained from the beginning that's not true. So you asked if I applied for a job. I did. I tried hustling and doing that delivery stuff, and I tried doing what other coaches had been doing regarding coaching, and I tried getting myself into different opportunities for speaking, because I envisioned myself when I was learning self-development and health and setting goals and principles of success. Well, I knew I could help people. I tried everywhere I could think of, and eventually it came down to a point, though. If I go get a job somewhere just to get a paycheck, every moment I'm there my mind is going to be focused on how the hell do I get out of here? How do I get justice for the wrongful termination? And more importantly, how do I find a way to get in front of the US Congress? Because those are my goals. So rather than sell myself out for a job, I've been taking chances, focusing my time and energy on trying to find a way to gain some support and attention again in my life, whether it's in Spokane or elsewhere.
Can I ask, like, if like something did happen with the post office and they did offer you your job back, would you even take it, or you're not interested in that anymore or is it just because they were the ones that you feel wronged you that would right the wrong and then you'd be happy?
Those are great questions, and I have thought about it, but the way I see it, and it's been this way for a long time, I'm willing to take sacrifices on myself to make it for the greater good. And I think that is the opportunity, because if I can get the attention of the bosses and the union at the post office here in Spokane, then we can communicate with the bosses of the union and the post office in Washington, D.C. And the facts show that there was a lot of problems in not only the process of my rights, but in the determinations they made. So from their rules and the time I've been employed, I'm not actually eligible for retirement from the Postal Service for another 6 years.
Did you have a TSP?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. How much did you put in?
Well, I was up to about 300,000.
Nice. It's probably a lot lower now, because it works like a stock, so it might have dropped. I don't know.
Well, it's now gone, but
what? How'd you get it out?
It's part of the story. But back to the question. Here's what I see.
I didn't know they could do that, dude. I got like 9,000 in mine.
Here's what I see. If I'm right, which I believe I am, I was created for this purpose. I'm an advocate for the truth. But the problem is in my own life, I haven't had a chance yet for the truth to come to light. I still have the ideas and the goals that would help the United States Postal Service become a better organization. And right now, their employees, the employees at the Postal Service, they're crying out because the leadership of the Postal Service is much like the leadership of America. They suck. So I actually see the possibility of using my employment situation as a bargaining chip, because the Postmaster General and my national union president, they have the connections to DC as well, very easily. We could speak to people in Congress and the administration by the end of the day.
Well, I mean, even if you do speak to him, like, well, I guess I was watching that, was it Snafu guy that was here earlier? I watched one of the videos on his channel, and it was like saying that like some lady offered you like that you could use her name to talk to these people, maybe like be like, hey, this lady sent me, or like, but she said that you on that panel, she said that you didn't believe it was a real offer or something.
That was Margot. Margot
Yeah,
was here.
yeah, Margot. That's what it was.
And Margot says a lot of things that aren't actually true.
Is that her real name, Margot?
As far as I know, that's what I've always known her as.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna try to talk to these people, you'd have to be like, "Hey, Margot said, you know, she put in the word for me. You know, I'm the guy." Just
yeah, but she hasn't put a positive word for me, not that I'm aware of. Miss Davy, you returned?
I have returned.
Miss Davy.
Hey, Jack.
Sorry?
How are you?
What is that a picture of, Tarek?
What is it? What?
What is that a picture of in your avatar?
It's a sword?
Yeah, it looks like a sword.
Yeah. Okay, I have a question, Jack. Well, we're trying to get resolution, right? Would you have a proposition? Would you say that if we pull your records and Margot's records, for example, to see what's, what's out there, so we can really know what's going on, so we don't have to go back and forth. You said this, I said that. What do you think about that? And I'll
What?
pay for it. and I'll pay for it.
You don't
What
gotta
was the
pay
first
for
half
it.
of that?
It's free, I think, ain't it?
No, yeah, it's free to do a FOIA request, yeah.
Tarek, I'll help you pay for it as well.
Thank you, Margot.
A FOIA request for what again?
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is, like Margot is trying to, have peace, and Jack's trying to have
No,
peace.
she is not.
No. Okay, let me just finish.
Tarek is a very confused man as well.
Okay, no problem. I'm confused. But Jack, would you be able to do that or not? So we can all see what happened with your family and with all the things that's going on. And the same thing goes for Margot.
Tarek, you make no sense. And what I'm experiencing with you again in this very moment is you ask a question and then you don't seem to want an answer. If you cared for an answer, you would make sure your question is more clear than your opinion. So what are you trying to know? What are you trying to ask?
Yeah, like, do you want to like pull his police record, or are you trying to bring
No,
people up
no.
like
Oh
a
my
Maury
God, no.
show? Like, you want to bring people up and grill them about things?
Okay, no, don't say that. I'm saying about like
I'm
FOIA requests.
asking. Oh,
No,
okay.
no.
Well,
Public.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's the
legal
All
stuff,
right.
public.
legal information.
What are
That's
you
public.
looking for?
You don't
What
need
we're
Jack's
looking for.
permission to get that at all.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
Tarek,
that's
here,
what I'm
tell you what,
asking.
Tarek, tell you what, if you want to go pull my record and Margot's record, do what the fuck you want to do. I don't care. What do you want to know?
What I'm saying is, are you okay with it?
It doesn't
Do
matter.
what you
You could
want.
do it.
No. I'm
Does it
asking
matter
Jack,
if
please.
I'm okay with it?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
It didn't matter when Snafu and Chemo, went online accusing me of horrible things. It didn't matter when Margot's been doing what she does. So why are you asking, Tarek? Do what you
Okay,
want.
okay, no problem. I'm just
I'll
asking
help
you.
How can I help?
Okay, I'm asking you, Jack, because I also defended you on the chemo thing. So let's be clear.
What's the chemo thing? What happened there?
That's a long story. You can ask Jack, you can ask Jack for that.
It's more false accusations. Chemo is alleging that I violated a young lady 30 years ago. And I've never been allowed to, hey, Chemo, let's talk about what you think you remember.
Is
Not
that
one time has that ever happened. So people like Tarek and Margot are running around telling each other accusations. What do you want to know, Tarek?
They use themselves as the source for the accusations too, right? It's a big circle of bullshit.
No, it's not true. Jack,
It
I
is
just
true.
told you.
All right.
I
Okay,
mean,
it's true.
she can't even show the fucking trespass order. That's a layup. It's a
Okay,
layup.
let's bust this nut right
Well,
fucking now and
even
land this son of a
Jack
bitch.
admitted to it. though.
Let's bust this nut
Be-
and land this son of a bitch.
Be
Listen
kind.
up and
Be
listen
nice.
up good.
Be kind.
Because
please.
the woman is 30 years old by now. If she wanted to know who her daddy was, they'd do a fucking DNA sample and it would be settled. How come they ain't done that yet? End of story.
No, that's not.
word.
That's not even the controversy is about the kid. It's more about the R word accusation, and then that creates the
Here.
kid. I think that's the problems or whatever.
And thank you. And actually, the realest problem I see, I claim that I'm innocent of the past. Regardless of the past, I am not harming anyone today. And so for people like Snafu and Margot and Chuck and all of these people want to come out and cast
Not
doubt
me.
around me, it's
Not
really
me, Jack.
frustrating. Well,
I
Tarek,
know it is. It is not me though. I would now. I till now I said there's no 100% proof that Jack did that. So not me.
You want to know something, Jack? These weird accusations and things, they only exist on the internet. You know, when you go live your everyday life, you go around, I don't think anybody's coming up to you like treating you like crap or calling you these things or anything, right? Like you go to a store or whatever, people ain't treating you like shit or whatever. So like all this shit, like all this stuff that's causing you frustration, it's just all on the internet. It's just
Not true. Not true because in Jack's community, there's a lot of issues over there.
does the
Margot
rest
has-
of the did you still live like
Here.
that way?
Margot has been a part of my community.
Like
Yes.
in your real life, like in your house?
Yeah. in
What?
my-
Yes.
in
Whoa.
my-
No, I did not
Oh,
accept his
shit.
invitation to come to his house. I
in
did not
my
go there.
town.
He
Right.
wanted me to, but I did not.
Yeah.
Did you get it
refused.
in? Did you get
No.
it in one more? Nah.
Hey, stop. No. I mean, this is, I don't mean to be rude, but this is my real life. Margot has been playing this game with my life, thinking that what she says is so important, and she's never wrong. But gossip and rumors, well, that's the American way. That's what
I didn't
creates
take the box to
celebrity.
the postal service. That was not me.
Margot, irrelevant.
Did Margot work
Jack-
at the post office?
No,
Wow, that's interesting.
She was a
but
stranger
Jack,
until I went to an AA meeting. And then at the AA meetings, all of a sudden, this lady has now become a part of my life. I say she's psychotic.
I wouldn't say that. But Jack, I do
No,
agree.
you wouldn't. You don't care to know what's true. You just
No, hold on.
you just
You're
want to
not
stay confused.
Jack, you're not listening to me. I just said to you what you said earlier. I agree with you.
So what? What does that do?
That means I'm being not biased. I'm being truthful from my perspective.
Is that helpful? I allege
be.
it's not.
I'm trying to help.
He was just
Okay,
trying to
Jack.
be nice to you, Jack. He was just
No,
trying to be nice.
hold on. Let me. You don't know Jack like I do. Okay, hold on.
My bad.
Jack. Do you think I? Let me speak for myself. Do you think I wish you the best and I want you to be like in your house with your kids and all that, or no?
No.
I think
I didn't ask you. I asked Jack.
yeah, I think you do.
Okay, so
But
I swear to God.
not enough to accept my words, not enough to trust me, not enough to do anything. But yeah, you're willing to think good thoughts for me.
Do you want us to call your kids?
That's one of the
Me?
things.
Are you serious? I heard that was a rumor. I was joking. Shit, give me their number. I'll call them right now. I'll tell them Jack says what's up.
No, we're just trying to get resolution. That's all.
Right. And the best way to get resolution would be with those who find disagreements. Margot has found disagreements with the way I live my life, and she's gone out of her way to warn everyone to stay away from me. And she's created a lot of doubts and confusion, not just in my community in Spokane, but also online. So, Tarek, I'm trying to deal with this as an adult, you know.
I love all this power you think I have. I wish I had it.
Do you think that the community needs to be protected from Jack, Margot?
That was on my family business, not on me. They were the ones that felt I needed to be protected.
But do you think that people need to be protected from Jack?
If I were to look at his behavior on paper, I would say yes.
When you were
What
with
papers
him,
can you offer us to demonstrate what you mean by that?
Oh, that's a good question.
His former wife's accusations, his former son's accusations, United States Postal Service's accusations.
Did they call the police when they made these?
So not any paper, just accusations.
Whoa.
Accusations and rumors have ruined my life.
You're right, Jack. I agree with you. You're right. You're right.
Jack.
Why?
Okay.
Like, so they're saying you're dangerous. They're saying you're dangerous, and you said that the post office said you were dangerous, and that's why they separated with you, right? Like, I don't get. Like, why does everybody think you're so dangerous?
Okay, I can give you a hint.
People are afraid of the truth, and God is using me as a messenger. I'm confident.
You think?
Okay, can I tell you what I think, Jack? I think there's something on the back end that I can pull up that would show maybe some things that are happening.
I don't think you're really saying anything. Sorry.
I am. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be in the middle. That's what I'm trying to be, Jack.
Right. But you're not being honest or actually even caring. You're just trying to focus on you being in the middle. And you're in the middle of many disagreements, and you keep picking sides and offering opinions. But what really matters is what we do. Now, the past might be what we did or we think did, but what matters is what we do today, because what we do today is going to affect our options later.
And that's why I came up in the first place to say, Jack, I don't think you're in a good place. Why don't you shut it down?
What? What are you talking about? This is like Jack's fucking therapy. Why would you want to shut this down so he could just be all sad or
Because
something?
she's
meant
bitter and
for
she
today
wants
because-
me. She's bitter and she wants me away. She wants to maintain the confusion.
No, I just don't want you to steal money from people, Jack.
How? Okay,
Steal
so
money.
right.
What the hell?
Explain this,
What
Margot.
the fuck are you talking about?
Explain, Margot.
When has this dude ever asked for money on here? I've watched him.
Not only that, but that has nothing to do with him being in a bad place, which is what she said 3 times earlier. How are you so bad at this?
Huh? How am I bad at this?
She's been enabled. She's been enabled for years.
Just explain what you mean by still.
I mean, well, Jack is surrounded by people who believe he's one of the most horrible people on earth. All the rumors are 100% true. There's no room for any kind of nuance, but yet you come up here and make it how obvious it is that you're full of shit on a regular basis. It's almost like one could think maybe Jack was paying you because you're so bad at discrediting him.
If you think your opinion of me matters anything to me, you're wrong.
Yes. I don't think so. You engage the fuck out of me. You even watch my channel and troll my chats. I got inside your head the first time you ever came up here and we were on here together because I exposed you as easily as I'm doing right now. You contradict yourself so easily and so blatantly. Everybody can see it.
Remember when we talked like a year ago, Denizen?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Vaguely, but I do remember.
Anybody
Something
else have
about
anything
accurate
for-
Amanda.
Hey,
Was
Margot.
that what it was? Oh yeah.
What he's saying is, it's up to you. You can continue your prideful, arrogant way and say, I don't care what anybody says. Or you can consider the fact that your stories lack consistency.
All right, Jack.
You lack logic. Your conclusions don't match your narrative. I mean, Margot,
to quote
show
you,
me.
that's you.
And your jokes aren't even that good.
Let's go to the example that is here and present with you. So, Margot, you allege that you joined the panel out of care. You didn't want me to continue with the low energies you first saw. And then it changed to you don't want me to steal money.
I don't want you to
so
steal money.
explain why you think why do you think what you do?
Because I want to.
That is the key. So, Margot, why do you want to think all of these horrible things about me?
Because she's a cunt.
Well, because I think you're a con, and I think you want to make $1 million off of Live Without Fear.
How is he stealing money?
Okay. Can I say something? I agree that Margot has to demonstrate that the money situation, right? But I do agree with Margot that Jack does.
Dude, what's wrong with your brain? Is it stuttering today?
No, I'm chewing tobacco. Hold on.
Oh god, that's worse than being slow.
I know.
Why don't you work on clearing your mind?
Here's what's interesting to me.
Jack,
Does Marco come up here with the ultimate goal of being exposed each time? Like, is that her deal? Like, do you?
I have nothing to hide.
I'm just wondering, like, what you get from these interactions.
What do you get from these interactions, Dennis?
I enjoy exposing that you're full of shit. I will admit
I
it
enjoy
readily.
exposing that Jack's full of shit.
Okay.
So you guys are doing the same thing, just to different people.
Exactly.
Well,
yes.
Okay, so what is?
Yeah, but she lied about it up until just now.
So she does it a different way, you know. She she has a different style of whatever this
Lying?
you're doing. Yeah, that's part of a style. That's part of her character.
Okay.
Again.
I think this is the crack house side of the internet. This is where the rejects and the broken are
And Dennis,
gathering.
you have
I love
been,
crack.
you have
I
not
love
liked
that
my
we all
content
surrounded
since
you,
day
Jack.
one.
That
You
should be
think
a
you got in
little
my head?
worrying,
No,
right?
that's all in your head.
Whatever you say about Margot, though, at least
I don't
you
believe you.
control little kids on
I don't believe you.
Hey, Zatachi!
What's
How's
up?
it going?
Hey, one of the things I've learned,
You haven't learned shit, Jack.
I agree with that. I agree with that, Margot.
Don't you mean he hasn't learned jack shit?
You agree that Jack hasn't learned anything?
No, because
goodbye, Tarek. It shows how much lack of respect you have for me. And it shows your own ignorance. Tarek, I'm done with you because you are an enabler. First, I met you enabling Polly Boy, right?
Don't
You
talk
couldn't
about
find
Tarek when he's not
anything
here. If you want to
wrong.
talk about Tarek, let him.
You couldn't find anything wrong with what I had to say. And Tarek, you, for some reason, you want to sit here and enable this nonsense from Miss Davy as well. I'll get back to you, Davy. You don't have to defend Paul. Both of you are arrogant pricks who have no respect for the truth, no regard for what is real.
Look at how happy
You and
Jack
Paul
is.
are
Isn't
the
it
same.
beautiful?
Margot, you, Paul, Snafu are the exact same characters in my life so far. You're worthless.
Margot?
You can prove me wrong any day, but you better have some facts and actually just show your behavior has changed. And then you'll know.
Certainly, you've seen that trespass order, no?
Nope.
Well, I know I don't want to be like going against Jack, but you did say like 12 police showed up and walked you out, right? So like that pretty much means don't come back. You know, like in my opinion, I mean, like, did they tell you not to come back for like a year or something?
No.
Okay, well, they just showed up because they were scared, and that doesn't necessarily mean he's trespassed.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
Exactly.
How long do
It'd
you
be
have
kind of hard to trespass somebody from the post office for no reason, too, considering it's, it provides a government service.
Well, did you work at a plant?
Yeah, this was at the
okay.
processing center where that happened.
Yeah, that's a gated off like area. You need a badge to get into and everything. How'd you even get in there?
It was at the front.
Oh,
and again, don't judge me or assume that a trespass was a righteous choice when the facts are I showed up with a box of cupcakes, a book on psychology, and I left the Bible in the car, but I showed up with a couple of books to support some of the things that I was understanding and experiencing regarding mindfulness and psychology. I brought a couple of books and a box of cupcakes to a place where for 18 years, 19 years, I was welcomed there. So for Margot to run with this, dude, I don't want her to be punished. I don't want Snafu to be punished. I don't want anyone to be punished, but I want this shit to end. I mean, Moose started early with the suggestion, Jack, maybe you should walk away. I've thought about that, but this is my life, and the people I want to walk away from keep showing up, and the people I'd love to run to. You don't believe
that could be the test. You're the one who believes in a higher power. If I believed in God, I'd be like, man, I'm really being wrapped over the head with something.
Honestly, this is where my faith has come from. I mean, the possibility that there is one God. It's the same God from the Father, and it's been throughout time. So that God creates stories through its creation, and each of us is a story in this creation. So what if I didn't know what the purpose was of my life? I was trying to find my purpose as I went. Thought it was the military, thought it was the post office, thought it was my union, thought it was my kid. Turns out, I think my purpose is God. And I think my purpose is to follow the way of Christ, to help others with their path, and hopefully help them grow in their own relationship with the divine so that they live better lives. My
So why,
goal,
like, you could actually be doing that if your goal is to do that on YouTube, but you just have to clear away all the people that are distracting your show from being on topic. So if your topic is, whatever you name it, it was something about cooperating, which is crazy. It's funny. I'd be like, cooperate with me, guys. But
Well,
yeah,
it's
like
like
if
you do
you
your
get
job, you know.
like, yeah, just pretend like if people are like, well, I don't know, pretend you're at work or whatever, but
I
like,
mean, you.
I don't know what you're saying, Zatachi. I did not hear
Okay.
you. What'd you say? What'd you say? Damn it, I know it's off topic, asshole. What'd you say?
No, I was saying it's like, you could just apply and get a good job, and then
I have a 40-hour-a-week job, by the way.
what is it? What happened?
I got a job on the 8th or 7th, the 7th of September. 40 hours a week, baby.
Weren't you doing DoorDash? It's not DoorDash.
I was doing DoorDash, yes. Now I
Oh,
have a 40-hour-a-week job.
cool.
Yeah. And I
Hey.
still get on Monkey too.
hey, and actually, I wanted to offer some humility to you. What is it, banana, whatever?
Hand Banana, it's a cartoon character.
Okay. I wanted to offer some humility to you. The other day when you showed up, I was kind of, well, I saw it. I offered disrespect and kind of a slight at what you should be proud of. Congratulations on the job. Congratulations on the change.
Yeah, a lot less drinking. Yeah, I remember that slight. But yeah, a lot less drinking. But I am still drinking. Like, I have a beer here, but I cut it down. Like, I used to drink like 7 beers, 6 beers, whatever. Now I'm just drinking like 1 or 2 a day, and eventually it'll be 1 or 0 a day because I want to get rid of this little chin and cheeks. But yeah, it's all about discipline and control.
Well, those are the things I've been learning. Hey, Rusty, on the deal of the post office, it's a long story, kind of, but it really comes down to misunderstandings. There's a video. I think I explain it. It might be more an appeal to the goal. The goal I see now is the post office could be a step to getting in front of Congress. Because the purpose, what I've been learning is the power of truth, the power of words, the power of energy, and the way all those things work together within our minds, our thoughts, our emotions, and then our activities. What heals us all is when we learn how to cooperate with what is true. When we learn how to communicate what is within us clearly, and what is within us, that'll be our ideas, our emotions. If we don't pay attention to understand what's within us, we live in this world of reaction where everyone's at war with each other. I'm really trying to end some of these wars. And the way to end wars is through agreement. Everyone can agree if they're willing to, become agreeable. But here, what healed me from my past was I found within my heart a love for learning. And then in that love of learning, I started narrowing my mind down. What do I want to learn? Well, I really wanted to learn about me because it's all I have. It's all any of us have is ourselves. And if we don't align with what is true, we live in this world of deception where we've got this character of ourselves that we can't escape from. And if we don't control the character of ourselves, like Margot and Snafu and Paul, they share a lot of emotional negativity.
Jack, I just want to know one thing.
Yeah.
What do you think of my hair?
I think it looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Denizen, your badge actually looks like a coworker of mine from the Postal Service. Just a little bit, at least. I don't know what that is.
It looks like that KFC guy when he was young.
People come in limited shades and colors, but there's a whole variety of them. Welcome, Flow State.
He's on mute.
Hi, Flow State.
Hey, what's going on? Took the tab a minute to load for some reason, but I'm here now.
Welcome.
What's going on? You guys giving Jack a hard time?
No, today it's been, I don't feel as alone.
Today it's a hard on, not a hard time.
Yeah. No, today it's been more repeat of the past. Some of the regular characters, Snafu and Margot, swung by and offered their diminishing qualities for me to bear. But I feel like people are witnessing some of this insanity.
Well, no shit.
I'm kind of grateful.
Yeah.
What's that?
Sorry, I'm like eating barbecue and kind of agreeing, and I like Margot because, I like Margot, but you know how I feel about snaps as well. So, I keep waiting for the autoimmune disease to win, but
dude, death is a mystery. I was looking. My mind went to my cat. It's been almost 2 weeks now. He stopped eating, and he's skin and bones, but he won't give up. He doesn't seem to be in pain or suffering, but he's certainly weak.
Well, cats like to hide their when they're in trouble.
toxic masculinity those cats have.
It is. I mentioned that. It's his strength. He's all prideful and strong, and his fears. He's really a coward. His pride and fears are going to keep him from fading. But he's, it's life. It's been causing me to really pause and reflect again about life and death. It's outside of our reach,
Unless you pull it into your reach, then you can.
Actually, that's true. I felt a good life was out of my reach. A good life was for other people. Because I found so many problems and so many things I didn't have in my life that I couldn't be happy. Then I realized the good life, it was all around. All I had to do was align myself with the good life that was there. And this is my testimony, guys. I mean, my life has, when I did finally go to the Bible, a number of things. I know my life, I'm a common man. I'm just like everyone else. And so I suspect many others can go to the Bible and see similarities in their life to other stories, other characters, my life became kind of it's been a gentle comparison to Job. My
If
faith
that story doesn't convince you that God loves you, I don't know what will.
Well, it was through the losses that I found my faith. And that's why I think my story has I think it's got some meaning. Because it was through the losses and my failures that I found myself surrendering. My life, honestly, I started today with a little bit of low energy again. You know, it's hard to be motivated when you're out of ideas. And so that's where I found myself this morning, out of ideas, but where I am. So I've got to humble. This is God's story. When the ideas are ready, when it's time for the ideas, I'll find them. But if this is real, then it is we who are those who were chosen. We are amongst the blessed today. And maybe today maybe the tribulation has already started, but we, by our karma and our path, whatever, we found our way out of some of the insanity. People don't want to break from the insanity.
It's fun.
It was fun. I won't deny that. I had a lot of fun in my crazy days, but dude, the amount of anger and doubt and the self, no, I would never replace it. I would never go back to the ways of the world. Drinking, gambling, and lusting, and partying at the club. I might go party at the club, but it won't be all lustful and drunk.
Then what do you do at the club?
I'd be a little lustful at the club. Come on.
I've been getting over my lust. Part of that is it's easy to get over lust when there's no real appealing opportunities.
Yeah, all you got is fucking Margot over there.
Dude, it's been
bitches.
It has been.
That's grinding. It's like a hate fuck.
I think it's been many years since I've even had the opportunity to flirt with a woman.
Well, then that's because you dropped the ball, motherfucker. I saw you on Kinder G.
All right,
you're right. You have a comment section full of women you could hit up right now.
I did.
No, right now. I guarantee you could go back and within 5 minutes, if you respond 5 comments, I bet you have at least one person respond and be like, "Do me, Daddy Talcott." Boy,
See?
don't clip that.
Yeah, someone clip that.
You know what? You're probably right. But this is an example of how we go through our life. And some of us are just blind to different perspectives.
Well, this is just an example of you liking being stuck in your insanity.
It could be. I've been trying to find, where am I self-sabotaging? Obviously, part of it is bringing the chaos up here all the time.
Yes, but that is if that is how you find fun, that is self-sabotaging if you do it before you complete whatever your goal for the YouTube stream is or your objective. You send out your message first and then be like, okay, let's have some fun or whatever.
Thank you.
I think it's just, yeah.
Seems reasonable.
It is kind of what I try and do. I try to share I try to find every morning some new inspiration, some different perspectives. Maybe it's the same old things, but I try to bring different ideas.
What you do is you go to the club, you get a drink, and you go up to some hottie and you just leer at her and you go, "Hey, baby, you want to stop all wars?" That'll
I-
It
do.
worked.
You know, that is one thing. I know I still come across weird. I know I do. But I have been trying to pay attention, my self-awareness. How am I coming across? Because I
Is
don't
that
want to be that.
self-sabotage?
What's that?
Is that a self-sabotage?
The way we come across? I think it is.
You, in particular, you are definitely sorry, I'm eating. You definitely self-aware enough to know when you're being a weirdo, and you charge into it.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I misread, I mistake, what people are showing. Because I know how people can be distrusting, and a lot of the things I'm saying, yeah, I'm challenging traditional views on government, religion, politics, everything. I understand how it comes across, but I really do try to be aware of who I'm talking to.
Have you heard the good news about capitalism?
It creates insanity.
It creates money. Sweet, sweet money.
Then we should all be well suited for the system, and we should all be rich if that were the case.
You're not rich?
I'm not rich, no.
Are you in
People
the
are-
system?
Am I in the system?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Well, that's why you're not rich.
Oh, okay. Touche.
Well, I don't remember where it came up earlier, but the problems of the world. The people feel powerless because the wealthy and the authority, they don't really listen. Well, what I think is the problem, and it's really from the religions. People have been taught to give money and evil more power than it should. Both of those are tools. They're both instruments that can control people's lives or just be, well, actually, I don't see money as evil. I really, really don't. But in my life, I don't have much money or evil.
Money is as evil as a gun is, which isn't really saying much. Just evil people use them
Sure.
in bad ways.
It's a tool.
It's a tool. Again, yeah, just another tool.
The downside, though, is evil offers temptation. That's how evil is executed, is temptation and manipulation. And money is an excellent tool at fulfilling temptation. So we have a world where evil offers temptation, and we have a society that rewards the selfish. And just that alone should indicate that's probably the reason we've got wars and chemicals and all this stuff.
It rewards those who care the most.
That I believe is easily
If
untrue.
I care more about accomplishing something than you do, I'll work harder at it. I will accomplish that thing. The financial system is no different. That money is no different in that regard than any other attention orientation.
True. But it becomes the focus.
But all of our actions, whether they're beneficial to others or not, we're always still pursuing what we want.
Right. And that's where I suggest that, unfortunately, the world has been conditioned to believe that what we want is money.
Well,
Money
that's what I
is-
want. Hit the cash app.
The
That's how
only
you-
thing, seriously, in this
It's what
life,
I want.
here again is back to my experience has a reason. I'm evidence of that old thing. You don't really know what you want until it's gone. The only thing I want, even after losing the career and the benefits and the retirement and all the money, the only thing I want is relationships. I just want communication and cooperation. Nothing more.
What were the things? I'm sorry, I just got back. I heard the last one.
Communication and cooperation. Cooperation is the one that
Relationship.
I'm curious about this cooperation
Uh-huh.
part. Please spread the message of what cooperation is.
I think cooperation is love. Love being shown. The world teaches us that obedience is love. You know, you follow the rules, those who you love. But love leads us, and cooperation is when people have, you know, starting on the same page, they see the same facts or similar facts, and they have a combined objective. Sometimes the cooperation is as simple as communication.
Oh,
That's
good.
without cooperation, we don't communicate.
I like that.
Well, this is where my life experience has shown me. I don't understand why it has been so difficult for me for people to be willing to want, right? Because everyone's going to do what they want. I don't know why it's been so challenging for people to want to cooperate with me, to see the benefit of the things that I'm doing.
Aim lower. You know, like maybe you want to start getting people to cooperate with getting you some donuts.
Dude, I've literally just on these panels, can we please cooperate and have a conversation?
True.
It's like herding cats, man. Fucking people. But considering my purpose and what I hope to know better, consider that experience from God's perspective. God's waiting on mankind to align, to allow God into their lives, to align with God, to cooperate with God, to cooperate with the life that's been given, to co-create a better future. That's what teamwork is. And the world wants us, I don't know, the world has us deceived. Everyone is on their own team, but then they team up with those who serve their selfish team. And I was a part of that. It feels better to be free, to be a free agent, just free to cooperate and communicate with that which is true wherever we go. And so what if it could be true? What if it could be true that we could be a part of a greater plan where all of this craziness online, it's just been introducing us and getting us to know each other a little better and to discover until the right time. And then when the right time happens, there's going to be a transition in the world, and it will be the truth that's celebrated, not the victories, not the money. And when our corporations and governments are not enabled by the employees who withhold the truth, who manipulate the truth, when the truth is set free, the world will know freedom, because there will be no enemies other than the old lies. I think that's God's plans, but I'm not sure.
Do you think if everybody was exactly like you, like literally a clone of you, like they all look like you, they have the same glasses and haircut and the same robe or whatever, you know, like if they look like you,
We'll clone the robe too.
They get
huh?
really pissy with each other.
Or is this a sweater? Would they do you think the world would be a better place though? They'd all be like love, share love, spread love, and they'd just be telling each other about love.
See, I wouldn't want it to be the same as me. I'd want the uniqueness and the diversity, but I'd
You
want
want a unique love experience with each individual you meet, but they all have the same fucking butthole.
Don't that already happen?
I think it's that way already. No, if we all went through our lives sharing goodness, doing good through our day with each other, whatever situation, not just for the paycheck, but because the job that we found ourselves doing actually does good things. And if our businesses were focused on the jobs actually doing good things, we could eliminate a lot of the jobs where it's just for regulation. It's just for...
You're describing capitalism. Ugh.
No. Well, perhaps...
Where people engage in activities that are valuable to others and then they get value in return for... Yeah, that's...
Capitalism is private ownership over the means of production.
And voluntary transactions.
And this is nothing voluntary. That's an illusion.
Right. The only reason...
No, I'm defining what free market capitalism is. I didn't say that we have it. We don't have it. But that is what it is.
It's...
Well, I can't argue against that.
Well, it's free market within the limits of violence and regulation, because the focus is on the tool. The banks have a monopoly. They've created this tool that they've convinced everyone in the world that they need. And then all they have, I mean, the real banking system, all it is technology. It's just technology and accounting. People feel
coercion. There's a bit of coercion in there.
Well, that too. It's all manipulation. So whatever the
name needs to be fed.
Hey, whatever the name is, and maybe that's a gentler approach. I'm trying to purify capitalism so that there's not this false representation of values, so that there's not an exploitation of the workers.
And I really get value when I buy things. Don't you?
I got a value meal earlier.
You don't willingly labor for a wage, though. There's nothing voluntary about that relationship. And the fact that we have jobs that are created solely for the means of moving and creating capital is a byproduct of capitalism as well.
Yep. It's manipulation. It's a Ponzi scheme.
It's, you know what? I don't have the brain energy for this nonsense today. Praise God.
Eventually,
if we could just not have money and all transact with rainbows and boners.
How about, I mean, the real reform that I'm suggesting is that there become honesty and transparency in our transactions. Honesty and transparency in our communication with each other. We cooperate with each other and with what is real, and then we create a better world.
Could you pull up Mrs. Flo's last comment on screen, please?
Yeah.
I got you.
That one?
Lindsay, unblock Mrs. Flo now too.
Federal Reserve notes.
It's time for love. We're moving into the terrible utopia of cooperation.
Federal Reserve notes are rainbows and boners.
Does cooperation mean I have to work and give people that don't work parts of my money? Is that what that means?
What if we moved beyond the money, right? And where there were truly markets set up where an abundance of produce, abundance of items were created and shared. And those, where it's not ones that are filled with chemicals, but any job you go to, you receive requires to live. We've
I
got
swear to God, you're reinventing. I'm gonna.
You get paid in like fucking a jar of milk, a thing of water each day, some bread, and some bologna to go home with.
no,
Like,
no, not even
take
close.
They're
this
like
to
being
your
around
family.
speakers, right? Everybody's trying to give you a subwoofer.
Why?
What?
Because when you barter, when people
Uh-huh.
barter,
Yeah.
they get rid of
Oh,
what
it's
they
just
don't want.
random shit, right? Oh
Right.
yeah, I
Right.
had this. That was one of the first things to go when I freaking got fired from the post office a while back.
You
Or
got fired
they
from a post
they
shut
trade
up.
things they have an abundance of
fucking
for
around?
things they have little of.
Hold on. Hand banana. Did you actually get fired from a post office job too, or are you just?
No, I actually did back in was it 2022? It's been about 2 years, a little over 2 years.
I feel like
But
this chat just got more dangerous.
I had like a lot of weird bad stuff happen during COVID. So yeah, like that stuff caused me to just stop going to work, and then I got fired for failure to maintain attendance.
Subwoofer abundance is proper, but at some point, like, you're not gonna get more cars to fit all these fucking speakers.
Like,
And then
do
you
you
got
need a subwoofer?
to get an amp too, right? Everybody's got a fucking sub, but nobody's got an amp.
I had an amp with like a built-in subwoofer, I think.
Bro, I've got one of those in the truck. It's all built up in the box.
Yeah, that was the thing I sewed. It was like 200 and something bucks. Got like 60 or something.
How did the conversation go that way?
To subwoofers?
When I
Because we're
was
bartering.
There's a abundance of subwoofers, and we gotta monetize it somehow. We're making plans, just capitalism plans.
How did I know that Based Oracle is an audio precise and is no. I'm not surprised that you got your amps and your subs set up properly. Thanks. Jack, why are you making fussy face?
because it seems we lost sight of what I don't know. We lost sight. We deflected from the opportunities.
Well, start us up again. Come on.
What
do you want to talk about? It's your show. What do you want to talk about?
Well, the ideas of finding a way to bring reforms and the end of wars. That's what I always want to talk about.
I think if you want to bring reform, you got to put in the work, which means I think you should run for Congress. And I know you told me you don't want to do that. So that's my idea.
Things is what we're trying to reform here.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that's the problem. You're like we gotta reform this thing, but you gotta actually put in the legwork until it's reformed. Somebody's got to do the work. I can't run for Congress because I said horrible things to people on Monkey. So, I'm already out. The commercials would be crazy.
Right. Hey, no offense, but you already acknowledged that idea has been brought up and I've explained why it's not.
Yeah, that's why I dropped it. I mentioned that.
So what other ideas are there? I mean, like I mentioned earlier in the stream, personally, I know a lot of people who may be able to help me, but I don't know how to get anyone's attention. I don't know how to convince people to cooperate with a conversation or to even allow a conversation with me.
I would start by not using the word cooperate when I talk to them. Don't say, hey, can you cooperate with me? Because that's going to be very off-putting, in my opinion. But you can ask them to do what you want them to do. It'd be like, hey, do you want to go do this? Or do you want to do that? Or can you help me go to Congress or something? But if you use the word cooperate, they're just going to be confused and it's going to be awkward, in my opinion. Again.
So you're ahead of where I'm at. How do I get the opportunity to not say cooperate, but How do I get the opportunity to have a conversation with people who might be able to help? Because that's truly what I know a lot of people could potentially if they considered what I'm saying and if they tried, but I don't know how to get those people's attention.
Have you tried Googling, like, how do I reach Congress in Spokane, or wherever? And like, does it give you the names of your Congress people and representatives, and then like, does it give you emails and numbers to call? I
Yeah.
assume it would. So have you did that?
Yep.
What happened?
No answer, no reply, or a reply that has nothing to do with what I said. Kind of like I experience on the panels. People don't communicate. They do their own thing and don't think twice about what's being said.
Did you ask for a meeting with them though?
Yes, I've asked for conversations, phone calls, emails, any sort of communication. I've tried many, many different directions, but so far,
I'm gonna jump off, but real quick, just to bring some clarity, so that the people in chat aren't struggling in their confusion unnecessarily long. Mrs. Flo is asking Lindsay to unblock her between their two accounts. It has nothing to do with mods. Salute chat. Good luck. Somebody's Tamagotchi is getting pissed the fuck off. Good luck on your insane endeavors. Salute to the panel. Salute to the chat.
Blessings to you. Appreciate you joining. Hey, actually, I did just see the time too. A couple hours in.
It's that time again. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
It might be. It's always a new beginning as well.
Is Margot still backstage?
No, she left a while ago.
Alrighty, Jack. Have a good day. Have a good rest of your day. I'm pretty sure I'll see you in like a day or two whenever you're live again. Probably. Who knows? All right. See you guys. Desert. See you.
Peace.
Is the real. See ya.
Thank you, Banana. Interesting experience we're sharing. Life is interesting. Denizen, I appreciate you. I do. I know we resonate. I know our perspectives align in many ways, but we part ways somewhere, and I'm not sure where. There's still
I don't know either. Just occurring to me now, like, as you say that, I don't. I have very nuanced opinions. So I may contradict myself as I speak here, but I've kind of given up on my responsibility for community, and at the same, because I don't feel that we're in a time in which people are ready for my ideas. That my mutation is not the prominent leading, wave. And also, though, even though it's still an inherent part of my makeup, I think it is for most men, maybe even all human beings. We have some level of self-sacrifice because we're kind of social creatures, and we rely on the collective. There's no individuals in this world. But even that being an inherent part of me, it's still incumbent upon me and my responsibility to build myself up to the point where I'm strong enough to be an actual leader. And I'm not there yet. So that could be kind of a cop-out. Could be, just my get out of jail free card, or like a lifelong procrastination, since I may never get there, right? I'm fully aware of that. But I do not feel like I'm in a position to lead anyone until I have all my ducks in a row. And I will say, in areas in which my cup runneth over, I generosity is fully flowing. And in the areas where I need more development, I hesitate. and I'm just really selfish and hyper focused on me right now, Jack. And that's I'm not looking outward to try to get the rest of society to jump on Page Denizen.
I don't want to disagree because you are living your life admirably from what I've seen. And but where my mind went, I think you already know. Could be a lifelong procrastination, this idea that I'm not ready yet. Because you have a clear mind for the most part. The majority of the time, it appears your perspective seems pretty on point. And that's what a leader is. Every one of us is a leader, whether we realize it or not. But the best way for us to discover who we are as well is to make the world around us a little better. And I think you are doing that because you mentioned already, you know that there's really no individual, it is the group. We're a part of this group. We're a part of this thing that's happening now. And I appreciate all of you guys. I keep learning more and more each day.
I think you have a different well, I can't say anything accurate after that. I'll be talking out of my ass. So let me say the opposite. Let me say I have this nagging feeling, like if there is a greater power, if there is a God, if I am to live in an afterlife and reflect upon what I've done here, it's a constant lesson in learning how to let go. And I'm getting better at it, even though I'm terrible at it, and I've been horrible at it my whole life. But to me, that's the opposite of engagement in some ways, which it seems to be for you,
What is it? Hold on tightly, let go lightly. We want to let go and hold on, and it's a fine dance. It's a balance. That letting go, though, comes with practice.
Yeah.
Surrender comes with practice, and so does confidence. So does courage. Everything comes with practice. So, I don't know. I lost sight. I love that we're here practicing who we are. That's what we're doing. I mean, that's it. Intentionally, sure. That is what I am doing. And I realize I'm guilty. I invite the chaos. Admittedly, I see it show up, and sometimes I'm excited for it. But I keep wondering, I keep trying to strategize in my head different approaches that might help reason. Hey, we're all discovering who we are.
Do you have hate in your heart, Jack?
No. None.
Do you hate any of these people who are out to get you on a constant basis?
No.
I think that's the most important thing. Then you haven't quite lost sight then, regardless of how many times a bat you have to,
Hey, thank you.
It's okay to step to the home plate over and over again, so long as after you're done playing the game, everybody goes home. You shake hands, you go home, you have pizza.
That's the idea. Hey, I'm gonna toss you out. I'm gonna bring Tarek back up. He joined in the back. So, thank you, brother.
Peace.
I'm gonna start wrapping up though here too. Tarek.
Hey, Jack.
Yes, brother.
Thank you for bringing me up. I just want to clear some things up. Okay. Did you see when me snafu today and yesterday that he said to me that because I'm defending you, that he's blocking me from his channel and JC and he called me a pedophile and all that. What I'm trying to explain here is, even if I agree with Snafu on some things, when I bring some things to you, it's because I do care about you and everybody else. We should all love each other, no matter what. Just like you say, love. Even though I said, take the sign down, I get that. But all I'm saying is, like, that it's been going on for a long time with this, grape and all that and snafu stuff. We're just trying to get it to where we can move on. That's all. So we're gonna have different opinions sometimes. You may not agree with me. It does not mean that I'm out to get you. That's not. It's the opposite.
Okay.
So I don't know what you think.
For me,
Huh? I'm sorry.
you don't really. Is there anything I can offer you to help you understand that you can put this behind you? What can I offer?
Well, I asked you the other day, like, if you want, you can just my opinion. Of course, you can do what you want. You can just let it go and not even give it any attention. This way, it'll just die out.
Tarek, you
And
didn't
I
answer
know
my question. So
what.
okay, so I guess that's the answer for you. Let me not assume you didn't answer. So if I ignore all of the lies and accusations and I just put it all behind me like it didn't happen,
Yeah.
will that give you permission to do that?
No, it's not about me, Jack. I promise it's not about me.
Well, the question I asked you is, what can I offer to you? Because you said your goal, what you want is to put this all behind. And so I asked you, what can I offer to you? How can I help you achieve what you said you wanted to do?
I don't know, to be honest with you, because it's so complicated, and there's so many people involved.
No, it doesn't have to be complicated when you look at the facts.
Okay, but when we look at let's just say look at the facts, right? We got Margaret's facts, your facts, my facts, Snafu's facts, Chemo's facts. So now we're like always going back and forth. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you. We have to look at the
But
facts.
again, you're listening to accusations as facts. Yes, those accusers, it is a fact. Those accusers brought forth accusations and claims, but they didn't have facts. So, Tarek, I've been telling you, and I've explained this to you offline, I've explained it to you online. I am innocent of these accusations. Now, what prevents you from accepting?
Okay, again, see, right now you're saying the opposite of what I'm saying, because I'm the one that said Chemo's thing is not actual.
Tarek, I want to wrap up.
Okay, you can wrap up. Well, thank you for having me on, Jack. We'll continue this some other day, but
Well,
I'm just telling you.
Tarek, what can be resolved?
What I'm saying is, like, okay, like, you know how you said they're all saying stuff that's against you that's not true, right? So what I did is I made sure, for example, I went after the Chemo's interview, made sure that there was a lot of things that were not right in it, which makes you innocent. Until now, I told Snafu and everybody, that he's not guilty until you bring facts, witnesses, people. So when you tell me what can I offer you, I feel like you're thinking I'm against you. I'm not. I'm for the truth. I'm trying to help
Tarek,
to get this out of the way.
Well, Tarek, again, you're not cooperating with this conversation.
Okay.
And maybe this is what I suspect. I suspect you don't know the answer. And so then rather than thinking about it and coming up with an answer, you're going back to the past and what you think and all of this other stuff. So if we wanted to resolve this, if you've seen the videos and the accusations and you agree that based on these number of things, we should go with Jack is innocent.
Yes.
Okay. So now what more do you need to put closure on that?
Oh, for me, it's not about foreclosure. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. Foreclosure is, I
For
guess,
resolution. For
yeah,
resolution.
for resolution. For resolution, yeah,
What?
for resolution. I would say that either shut it down because you're innocent and fuck everybody else and their fucking opinions and all the attacks, or we're gonna have to go back and forth and do the same thing we do every almost other day.
Okay.
That's what I think.
So let's go with the other, because we don't want to keep going back and forth. Now,
Yes,
unfortunately, I don't control any others. So this idea
true.
of shut it down, you want to elaborate that more? What does that mean?
Yes. Okay, I can tell you what that means. Yes, I can tell you what that means, Jack. That means, for example, when Snafu gets like today a little bit on your channel, don't get him on your channel. When Margot gets on your channel, for example, don't get her on your channel. That shuts everybody down. We move on.
Okay, great,
Even
great.
even
Done, Tarek. It is my plan and intention. I will not entertain Snafu or Margot here. I've given up. You're right. They have no good intention for me. They have nothing positive to offer me. Okay, so Tarek, can we consider this resolved now?
yeah,
Or is there anything else I can offer you? My assurances that I'm going to do what you said. Can we find resolve now?
no, you don't have to do anything I said, Jack. What I'm saying is, this is up to you. It's not up to me. I got closure.
Well, right. Well, then, see, now you're switching it again, because I was trying to talk to you, Tarek, based on you and your words, saying that you saw that you wanted closure, you wanted resolve because you saw the videos. Tarek, you're not here, man. Brothers and sisters, the path to changing this world, get off your high horse. Get off of your winner mentality, right? Stop being so quick to judge. Stop being so quick to doubt, to be suspicious. There's confusion around me because a lot of people don't respect the truth. It's part of my honest testimony. Not blaming, but it's a fact. God allowed my career and family and everything to be removed from my control, not by my choices, by the choices of others. And the choices of others were not investigated. They ran with assumptions. They ran with rumors. Brothers and sisters, we can't let rumors and assumptions guide our choices. But here we are. We got less than 2 months away, and this big vote in November, all these people going to be running with their assumptions off of the rumors that the media has exposed them to. And people are looking at the lesser of two evils. People are actually willingly giving power to evil. Brothers and sisters, evil has no power when you align yourself with God, when you align yourself with that which is true. You may stand alone. You may be misunderstood. You may be rejected. But if you stand on the truth with compassion, with love, with faith in God, brothers and sisters, that is where life happens. And I just want to remind, we'll close this up based on the reminder, rejoice in hope, be patient in suffering, persevere in prayer. May the Lord listen to your prayers and bless you abundantly. And if your prayers are righteous and if you're aligned, join me. I pray often, God, help me see the signs. Help me see the blessings you have for me. Help me see the goodness. Help me know the goodness of you, of this life that we're living. Because the goodness comes from God. Brothers and sisters, I never thought my life would bring me to this point. Sincerely, online, publicly, talking about God, talking about love. Never thought this would be my life, but it is. And I'm not asking for anything. I'm encouraging you. I'm encouraging you to open your mind, to grow and accept in your relationship with God. That which is true. That which is true is divine. I could keep going on and on. My thoughts on God, my thoughts on love, my thoughts on that which is divine. They matter to me. Grow your own thoughts on love, on the divine, on the truth. Grow your own thoughts and see what you find. I find peace. Brothers and sisters, thank you again sincerely. I do appreciate all who are a part of this Talcottian adventure, whether it's online and live or you tune in later and speed it up. I get you. I appreciate it. Let's see where the future brings us. Till next time, please choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. God bless you. God bless me. God bless the future.